welcome to We Like Chips. This is our something episode, sixth episode of We Like Chips. My name is David, and I'm here with Robby. Robby's his name.
That's my new name.
How are you doing, Robby? How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm doing good. I'm feeling good. I didn't have to work today, so I'm here with all my energy and my mood is lifted. But enough about me. How are you doing, dude?
Uh, um, work's been fine. I don't know why, but it's like October, right? It's first day of October, and it's still so hot outside.
hmm
I think it's even hotter in SoCal, right? Because NorCal, it's like 80, it's like mid 80s, and I can't take it.
It's pretty warm, but to be fair, I haven't been outside too much. But it is pretty warm. In my room, somehow, I don't know how, but I'm pretty sure I have like the coldest room in my apartment.
Uh,
So my room's never that bad,
oh,
luckily. I
well, look.
think even when it's hot outside, my room's actually, I don't know why. Maybe, I have no idea why. My room's just usually pretty cool.
Oh, well, yeah. Other than that, I mean, I'm getting ready to go down to SoCal, my trip,
Yeah.
and then I've been getting my what's it called my hands, my brain in like financing. So I'm starting to get some money in, so I want to know where to put that money in. So I've been looking to financing books and tips online. Really helpful.
E- ETFs
Oh,
are
is
the way
it?
to go, dude. ETFs. Well, it depends who you ask. Kind of a tangent here, but I was reading this article. I think Warren Buffett said that if he could do it all over again, he would just pick six stocks he truly believed in, and he would just like go all in on those six stocks. But ETFs are like the safe, most efficient way to grow your money. Uh, from what I've read. But what the fuck do I know, dude? I'm poor as fuck too, dude.
Yeah. We don't give financial advice, by the way. Legally.
So today's episode we're talking about Squid Game. We're a media commentary podcast now, right?
Yeah.
But
Rant.
before that, I want to talk to you about something. I want to hear your thoughts on something.
Okay. Is it something scary?
No,
Okay.
well
What is it?
maybe it is a little scary actually. Um, as you know, I would consider you a gamer, right? You're a gamer, pretty big gamer, dude.
Okay.
Um, so you're a pretty big gamer, dude, and I'm a pretty big gamer, dude.
Yes.
Right? What was your first console?
My first console that I played or first console that I bought?
Both.
My first console that I played was the NES.
Okay.
My first console that I bought was a GameCube.
What was your first game ever
With the
on the GameCube?
On the GameCube was Smash, Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Okay.
Was the first game.
So that's perfect because I am wondering if you have thoughts on the Italian phobia that Hollywood seems to be showing towards the Mario movie by casting Chris Pratt as Mario.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
How do you feel? Okay, let me read the cast, okay? So the cast is Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi.
Uh huh.
You know who Charlie Day is, right?
Yeah, I know
Okay,
him.
from Always Sunny.
Of course, I know him. Yeah.
Um, Anya Taylor Joy as Princess Peach.
Uh huh.
I have no comment on her because I don't really know who she is. But what about this one? This one. So Chris Pratt as Mario. It's what the fuck, right?
You need somebody to bring in the audience. Okay, people are not gonna watch a Mario movie unless you have somebody famous, right?
I don't think that's the case, dude. I think people are gonna watch the Mario movie if it's Mario.
Are you sure? Ask like anybody that doesn't play games if they would watch it. I don't think they would.
Uh, I'm pretty sure it'd be fine, dude. Like it's a kid. It's supposed to be a kids movie. Like I'm sure it's gonna be fine. It's gonna perform well.
No, then I don't know. I was just assuming that they brought him in because they needed somebody to like bring people to go watch it. You know?
Okay, when you went to watch Detective Pikachu, did you go to watch Pokemon live action, or did you go because Ryan Reynolds is gonna voice Pikachu?
Definitely Ryan Reynolds.
Really?
I don't
Stop
want
messing with
to. I
me.
don't want to watch a live action
Hey,
Pokemon movie.
did you want to watch it? But did you watch it?
I did watch it, yes.
What'd you think of it?
Mr. Mime is very scary in that movie. I
What'd you think of the movie as a whole?
that was it was a nice take. I liked it, but
It wasn't bad, right? But you didn't go because
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds, was the voice actor. I
Uh-huh.
just don't understand the thought process behind Chris Pratt, dude.
It's gonna be. Who else would you want Mario to be, huh? Like an actual Italian
You
person?
know what I no. So the guy that plays Mario in the video games is actually gonna be in the movie too as a cameo. Why don't you just have him voice Mario?
Oh, maybe he doesn't know English.
I'm sure you can get someone to impersonate his voice, dude. I don't know. I, I'm sure Chris Pratt is not the answer. I mean, I don't hate Chris Pratt. I think he's really funny. I love
Yeah.
him in Parks and Rec, Guardians. Um, but I just don't understand. What about this one? Jack Black as Bowser. I love Jack Black. Actually, I don't mind that one that much.
Is there a
Cause
trailer for them for the voices?
no. They just announced. There's a video out there with the announcements. It's pretty funny. You
Oh,
should watch the one Donkey reacted to. Um, maybe after we finish the call, we can do this together. I can watch it with you.
okay.
What about this one? Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong.
Okay.
You know Seth Rogen, right?
Yeah, of course.
This is gonna be Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. Okay, he's
Oh,
gonna hit
oh.
his chest and gonna be like, oh, weed. I mean, I love Seth
We-
Rogen too, but really, Donkey Kong, like, what are you doing? Like,
Maybe it's not a show that you think it's gonna be. Okay, maybe it's not like.
no, I feel like it'll probably be decent. I mean, I don't know, but
Wait, but Donkey Kong isn't even in Super Mario Bros. Like the video game. I don't
I
think,
guess he's gonna be in it.
right?
No, there's been Mario and Donkey Kong crossovers.
Yeah, but they're not in the Super Mario like game series. I don't think.
I guess he will be in this one, dude.
I don't know. I'm excited. Who's Chain Chomp? Is Chain Chomp gonna be in the movie?
I don't know. Maybe. Let me see.
I'm sad. I don't see him. I see Toad. I see Cranky Kong. Who's Cranky Kong? Okay. Oh, Spike's gonna be in it. Okay. I don't know most of these people, but it's exciting. Are you gonna watch it?
Probably. I mean, I watched the Sonic movie because I like to support video games, and
Yeah.
you know, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Video
But
game.
I don't know. It's just something. It just doesn't make sense. I'm not upset. I just think it's funny to poke fun at.
I feel like you're upset.
I'm not
Feel
upset.
it. Okay, well, I
I'm
mean,
fine.
we'll just wait until the trailer comes out, see if it's actually good or not. I'm excited.
So let's talk about Squid Game. Are you ready?
Squid Game by Netflix. Yes, I'm ready.
So, so how did you hear about it? Okay, actually, before we start, okay, so there's gonna be heavy spoilers, right? Should we explain what Squid Game is, like spoiler free, before we start talking about like more spoiler
Yes, just in case
stuff?
people who don't care about spoilers, we gotta talk about it.
Okay, so okay, I guess yeah. I mean, do you want to explain what Squid Game the show's about without like try to like maybe like a general overview of the show?
It's a show about this game show where a bunch of people who are in debt are going into to so then they can get the prize is like a really big like sum of money. So they're going through these series of 6 different games, and the thing is the games are really deadly. So it you can die in the game, so that's the risky part. So that's basically what Squid Game is. It's just a bunch of people in debt trying to get like a bunch of money so that they're set for life.
Yeah, that's a good general overview. So I guess now this is the part we say spoiler zone, right?
Spoilers.
Okay, we can talk freely now.
Yes.
Okay, so I just finished it like 2 hours ago, and so I
Okay.
have a lot of thoughts.
Oh, a
Okay,
question first. Did you watch it? What
so
language did you watch it in?
Korean.
Okay, that's it.
You think I watched it in English?
Uh, 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 I watched the last episode in English. It was not good.
Why?
Well, it
Why'd
was
you watch it in English?
good, but I rewatched it. I watched it in Korean first, and then I watched it in English
Oh,
after
why'd you watch it in English?
because I wanted to know what everybody sound like.
Oh, I see. I actually had like a little bit of English for like a minute because I was like maybe I can listen to it while I do some other stuff, but I was like, yeah, this is not gonna work out.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's some dub translations that work out, but this was not it for me. Okay, before I
Yeah.
start talking about Squid Game, I have a comment on it.
Uh huh.
Squid Game is just live action Fall Guys movie. Thoughts? I mean, Fall Guys TV show. Thoughts?
Yeah, but then Fall Guys, when you die, you get res back. Right?
I mean, I guess so. I mean, I'm just joking, but
Oh, I was
'cause I think there
trying to be
was like
serious. I guess it's
there's.
similar.
I mean, it's a King of the Hill, game mode, and both are King of the Hill kind of. So
You could just say
it makes
anything. You could
sense.
say like Fortnite, or like Battlefront or
Among Us.
Apex Legend. Well, Apex, you're in teams. Among Us. Among Us is like that's the way. Among Us is totally not the same.
I'm just kidding. Okay, let's talk about this. Okay, dude, I don't even know where to start. Okay, let me think.
Who's your favorite
Jeez. Okay,
character?
I don't
We'll
think I
get
have
to
a
people.
favorite character.
Oh,
Like it was just a good show. Like I watched it and I was really invested in it because of the storyline and the commentary on society. I
okay.
don't think any of the characters like really, you know,
Stood out to you.
I wasn't watching it because of the characters. Like even the main character wasn't anything special, which I enjoy because it makes you just appreciate and it becomes a little more grounded and realistic. But
That's true.
I don't even know where to start. Like it was good. Did you like it? That's a good way to start. Did you like it?
Yeah, I thought it was nice. There's nice. I feel like there's always a deeper meaning to like the hierarchy of like
Yeah.
of how the whole game was basically to please really rich people, right? And that was really that put things in perspective in life.
So for me, the show was really good, but up until the last episode, I was like, this is nothing too different. Like I like it, I enjoy it, I appreciate the commentary. So far, nothing different. It was the last episode that kind of made it stand out compared to other shows like this, because I've seen shows like this, like Alice in Borderland, a show that came out last year. It's pretty similar, kind of concept. Um, but what really intrigued me is like kind of like you said, like the further commentary. It seems I'm not well versed enough to have commentary on it, but it seems like Korea, at least South Korea, is suffering from an increasing wealth gap. It sounds, movies like Parasite kind of showed it. Uh, and now it seems like this show is also commenting on it. The the wealth gap that exists between social classes and how the rich live against the poor. And the last episode kind of confirms that a bit. Um, I think at the beginning I was like, well, this show's kind of just gruesome. Seems like there's just blood, a lot of violence, which I can enjoy, but it was definitely like the commentary on capitalism and kind of like you know the wealth gap and just people like the systematic oppression, crippling debt, and just how people aren't able to get out of the holes they dig themselves in. And as you probably, I don't know about you, but I know we're both getting into finance more, so you probably were able to appreciate it to a deeper level now that we can now that we are kind of facing capitalism head on, right? We know you know how much things cost and what it costs to live, and we know that like not everyone pays their fair share of
Yeah,
taxes, and
true.
you know
I mean, and
uh
a bunch of the people participating probably went into debt by just a mistake, and that's true here. Like if you screw up like on options or something, it's over. You can get like hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt. So it's
well,
kind
I
of
mean,
relatable.
there was two types of people, right? There was some people there that were definitely there by misfortune,
Uh
and
huh.
there were other people that were there by greed, And I think the two finalists, honestly, I wish I could remember their names, but the two finalists kind of showed that, one guy, the main character, kind of got unlucky, he got laid off from his company and just kind of wasn't able to get back up on his
Uh
feet.
huh.
Whereas the second guy was doing really well, and then he did options, and I think he used like company's money, and he lost it all.
Yeah.
So like there's two different type of people, right? But it doesn't matter because you end up in the same like place at the end of the day, But yeah, I mean, initially the show was pretty interesting because I definitely like I guess like conspiracy shows like that or that like Illuminati or like secret societies. So that was kind of cool when those games happened. I think what made it different also was letting the people go back home if they wanted to.
Mm.
Um, and I think they did that to like show that these people really had no other option, and knowing that there was an option, there was a possibility of them to be able to get a fresh start, they would do anything, Um, and I think it's interesting because I think you could argue that like like is it worth it to pretty much sell your body and your life for a chance to make you know make it big, And but you can see some about capitalism. In capitalism, you are essentially selling your body every day at work. And uh, when there's systematic oppression and systematic injustices, it's really hard for you to be able to play in like an even playing field. Um, but I mean, it is what it is, and uh, you gotta play the game, right? So yeah. What was like your favorite part about it? Like, or what episode did you like the most, or what game did you like the
I
most?
don't remember what happens at each episode. It's a blur, but
Well, I know the one that people talked to me about was episode 6, which is the marble games. Should we talk about all the 6 games actually?
if you want, I mean,
Okay,
okay, yeah.
so the first game was green light, red light, which essentially people when it was a green light you walk forward, and it's red light you stop. The second one was like this like brittle candy, and you're supposed to cut out the shapes in the inside, right? Um, so without breaking the shape, and the 4 shapes were a star, a circle, triangle, and an umbrella. The third game was Tug of War. The fourth game was the marble game. The fifth game was the glass tiles, and the sixth game was the Squid Game.
Mm. Yeah.
What'd you think of each game? What'd you think of Red Light Green Light? Would you have survived that game?
Oh, Relic is pretty easy, but I don't know if I would probably die. To be honest, I would panic when
Yeah, because
there's
of
a
the sniper
gun.
rifles.
Yeah, I would get too much anxiety to like move. I think I would probably be one of those last people who wouldn't make it in time because
What'd you think of? Oh, go ahead.
I don't know. It's pretty scary getting gunned down just because you moved like an inch.
Did you know they were gonna die? Like, were you kind of like, oh, I know they're gonna die?
Yeah, pretty
Interesting.
sure. What else would have happened?
I mean, that's true.
Uh,
What about the second game? The one with the licking.
the licking.
Oh, the brittle candy.
Dude, I gotta say, what's the guy's name? Park? Was his name Park Heisu? Who the player 218, I think, is his player name. He knew what the game was because he like had a flashback of like his childhood, and then he didn't tell his teammates for 4 people at the time. So it was really I don't know. I knew that guy at that moment. He would be the protagonist's rival at the end of the game. I knew that this is the guy who the game wants people to hate. It's this guy, and I don't like him.
That that
That's
that
the
guy sucked, dude.
game.
That guy sucked. I was so fucked up. I didn't understand. It was so early. I didn't understand why he didn't just have them stick with him.
Uh-huh. But yeah, I actually think the star is the easier shape, not the triangle. But
Yeah, yeah.
it
Actually,
depends.
I was thinking about it too, because the straight lines are a lot shorter, and you hit like an edge a lot sooner, right?
Yeah, so it's a lot easier to control yourself with the star than a triangle. I'm surprised. What's that guy's name? He was able to do the circle really well. Circles are really hard to like, cut off.
Oh,
So
Ali,
yes,
Ali, right? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yes, Ali.
yeah. And then the fourth game was Tug of War. No, third game, Tug of War. What you think of that?
Mm, 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 mm. I mean, I thought it was just there is strategy tug of war. So I knew with the old guy there, right? I knew that they had to win by a technique. So
Hmm.
it had to be a technique thing, which is yeah, what they implemented was kind of true. And I'm pretty sure they had I don't know. I thought
What?
it was a lame game to be honest. The tug of war is pretty
Really?
you just pull. I mean, it only made it interesting because the old guy got tips on how to win, even if you're weaker. But
Yeah.
like for like other people, I don't know. I don't think it was fair. Fair of a game.
Well, it was only not fair because I mean, not want to go on a tangent, but there was that one doctor that was getting clues on what the games were gonna be. If you don't tell them what the game was gonna be, they don't. I don't think he doesn't pick the 10 strongest dudes. You don't know who to pick.
Hmm. So then it
But then
it'd be
that one
random.
team, that team was like extra buff because they just pick the strongest people.
That's true. Yeah. And What's that girl's
I thought it
name?
was
Ooh, sorry,
oh
go ahead.
the girlfriend.
Yes, she.
Dude, she's so funny. She's the worst, but she's so funny.
Well, player what 212.
Hmm.
Oh man,
She sucked, dude. She sucked, but I loved her. She was so funny.
it's true. The what's it called, the bathroom scene was great.
Which one? There was like three bathroom scenes in there.
The first one when
Oh yeah, when she's climbing in the when the other girl's climbing in
yes,
the
what's her name?
yeah.
I can't pronounce these Korean names.
I can't pronounce their names either, dude,
Kang
but
Kang Sai
the
Byuk.
protagonist girl, right?
Yes, player 67.
Dude, I found her character so interesting because like North Korean deflector
Uh-huh.
goes to South Korea for a better life,
Doesn't get
just
a
to
better
end up
life.
in this apocalyptic like,
Yeah.
like one for all
Maybe
fight.
she wished she stayed in North Korea, for freedom. Doesn't pay a
Yeah, I'm
price.
surprised about that.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's commentary there. Maybe they're saying like sometimes South Korea. No, there's no way they're saying that South Korea is as bad as North Korea.
There's no
Sometimes. There's just
way.
no way. Yeah, yeah. I don't know what they're trying to say with that. Maybe they're not saying that they don't provide help to people.
Uh-huh.
Like immigration, which kind of also makes sense with the Ali character. He came from Pakistan and he was working for free. Which is something that we also get to see in the U.S. Right, where we have immigrants come over and bosses like withholding um wages.
Wages?
I was gonna say wedgie.
Salary?
I was gonna say wedge. I was gonna say wedgies. Wages, withholding wages from people or like not paying them their fair share.
Uh,
Um, and that's like a theme that we also see in the U.S. Which maybe this is why this show is translating so well, globally.
or it's just fun to watch. I was really excited
That
to
too.
see what's the next game gonna be, what's gonna happen to the detective, and those are the things that kept me pushing forward into
Uh, what about the
learning,
fifth game? The,
watching.
the marble game.
I don't get it because I never played marbles as a kid. I guess it's really popular in Korea playing marbles. I never played marbles. I don't know anybody who played marbles as a kid. Did you
I
play?
played marbles.
What? Well, what's the objective? How do you play? They never explained it really.
So there's different ways. Essentially, you get your opponent's 10 marbles. Anyway, as long as you're able to get them, without using violence. But in the way those suggestions by playing games, and so essentially, um, I think the big catch in that one game was that you paired up with someone that you probably trusted or like being with or had faith in, and then turns out that you are competing against them. The person that you chose, which more than likely is the person
Yeah,
you
I knew
trust
that
the
was
most,
gonna
right?
happen at the selection.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
I
they
think I had a feeling because someone told me episode 6 was heartbreaking. If they didn't say that, I don't think
yeah,
I would have
because I was
expected
like
it.
they need to they reduce the numbers by half again, and then it was like, oh, get into pairs. Like, oh, this is it. This is the game. So, but
Yeah, it's pretty sad. Wait, to answer your question, so everyone was playing different games. There was a few people playing like the betting game where you put marbles in one hand and you guess to bet, and then you guess your opponent's odd or even marbles on their hand, and if you get it right, you either give or get the amount of marbles you bet it. That was one game. The other one was like you throw a marble in a hole. Um, there was a couple games I didn't understand, but those are the two that I remember. And this episode was just so. This is probably one of the heavier episodes for me. Just because. Well, okay. So spoiler. We already gave a spoiler warning, but the old man. By the way, oh, fuck. I don't wanna go on too many tangents. Okay, let's not talk about the old man's true identity yet. Okay, so at that time, the old man, I had a lot of sympathy for him. I actually had a feeling that there was more to him, but at the time, I suspended my disbelief, and I was like, oh, he's just an old man, and I thought it was like super heartbreaking how he's like walking around, and he's like, oh, like this reminds me of my neighborhood, and but then turns out that this neighborhood's kind of was based on him because it seems like he's the ringleader, but the like that was heartbreaking. The other thing that was heartbreaking was the what do you call it, the antagonist or whatever his name is, like the protagonist counterpart, the guy we hate. What's his? You mentioned his number earlier. Um, when he betrays Ali, by lying to him, dude, I was so upset. Like I knew he was gonna do something like that, And the moment Ali trusted him, I was like, this is so messed up.
Mm-hmm. I knew it was gonna come, but I didn't know he was. I thought he was gonna be smart about what game they would play, but I guess Ali had better luck than him or better intuition, so he was able to win. And I thought Ali was gonna go through, and then maybe he would do something about stealing someone else's marbles or something, but I guess he ended up tricking Ali a lot. So I mean that was pretty frustrating too, I guess. But
It also made me pretty sad when so the main guy he starts lying to the old guy, right, to like take his marbles away, and then the old guy calls him out on it, and I was like, this sucks. Also the North Korean character and her friend or the other girl, and how the other girl gives up to
uh
let her live. That was pretty sad too. That episode was just sad.
yeah,
Oh, when that like that married couple, and then only the husband goes through, and then he ends up like hanging
hmm
himself. Jesus, dude,
that's what I would have
that was
done
just...
after that game.
The next game was the the stepping on glass game. How did you feel about that?
It's just luck. It's
Was it luck, or there
all
was
that
one guy
is.
that knew how to
Well, I
eat it?
mean, what's the chances of you knowing the refraction of different types of glass and knowing the difference so well to so that you can like in a life death situation tell the difference?
He worked there for 30 years. I'm pretty sure he'd be
Yeah,
able
I
to tell
know.
all different kinds of
I
glass,
mean,
dude.
it's possible, but what's the chances of that kind of person like surviving to that point and being in debt and participating in the game?
How many players were there?
So it was like at the beginning it was 546,
Yeah.
right? No,
What? No, it's
456. Sorry.
I think 456. No, 456. Yeah, here's my notes. 456. Obviously 1 out of 456, dude. That's the
Yeah,
chances.
but I mean, he he could have went in front, so but he didn't because he wanted other people to die before him, I guess. But I mean, it was kind of unfair too because you didn't know you had to pick a number, your starting position before you knew what the game was. So it's kind of luck based for that too, right? So I mean, what's it called? Our main character, player 456, almost chose number one. He almost died there. So
Yeah, I know.
yeah.
Plot armor, dude. Well, it depends, because it just you could also run out of time. They almost run out of time. Obviously, it's usually the middle. The middle's where it's
Yes,
safer,
I
right?
told when I was watching, I was
It's
like, "You
like, I
gotta
mean,
pick." I would pick the middle. That's what I said. So, because you don't know what it is.
it's kind of okay. This is kind of off topic, but this is one thing that I like. That it's like you never want to be the first at something, and you don't want to be the last at something. Like especially when finances, you want to be early enough to make money, but you don't want to be late enough that you end up just
Uh
holding it
huh.
back. When it comes to
Dude, it comes to any everything.
opportunities. But
You don't want to
yeah,
present first, and
um,
you don't want to present last. For example.
I actually didn't know what. So the glass the glass game or whatever, the glass panels. I didn't know what game that was based on. Was that an actual game little kids used to play?
No clue. I
I've
thought it would
never
be like a
heard
board
of a
game or
game like that.
something, but it was not. I don't know. I don't even think the candy, whatever Jello, whatever it was, game was a kids game. I thought it was just a treat that people would like eat. So
Before we talk about the last one, the last game, what did you think of like that? I think it was in the first night where people started killing each other.
yeah, I don't
That
know
was
why they
crazy,
let
right?
that happen. They
To
they
whittle down the
enabled
numbers probably
them.
of people
Yeah,
surviving.
I mean at that point, that's when I knew the old guy was very suspicious because he was safe, right? Because none of the other contestants know who the old guy is, and they'll probably aim for him because he's super weak. But he was super safe on top. That means he was on his bed didn't get toppled. Like a lot of people's beds got toppled over, right? But his bed didn't get toppled over. And then he also what further enhanced that was because he stopped the fight when it was like everybody was almost killing everybody else, and then he was able to stop the fight by communicating with the people who were in control of the game. So I thought that was very suspicious.
Okay, before we start talking about the old man, what do you think of the last game, Squid Game? How do you think about? What do you think of that game? It's kind of a very violent
Well, I
children's
think
game.
I'm pretty sure that's why it's banned. I think it's banned. Is it banned? Dude,
You think it's banned? Is it
like you
banned?
fight each other? That's I thought the most violent game game as a kid was tetherball, but Squid Game takes the cake.
Yeah, this game's a little much. It's like football, but
Yeah,
more intense.
and with no rules, it's pretty scary. You have a knife. They had knives that used dirty moves like throwing sand. But I think it was a fitting end. I don't know why it rained though. Just all dramatic scenes have to rain, I guess.
Well, that's just dramatic. Yeah. Um, I don't know. I think there was something anticlimactic because I feel like, do you? I don't know. The one thing that I'm struggling with is the main character. Did you see any growth or change in him? I feel like I didn't see. He came out of that. He came out of the game just more broken and jaded by life. You know. I don't think I saw any growth or change in him. He just seemed more defeated. Um.
Well, I mean, he changed the fact that what's it called? He doesn't want to use the money. I mean, if he was his old like episode one self, he'd be really happy with his money. I think, right? Because he literally does want to do anything to get more money. Like gamble his mom's money on horse races. That's pretty desperate, in my opinion. So he almost tried to kill what's her name? Player 67 when he stole his money when the first time when they stopped playing the games like untie me so I can kill you for the money. So I mean I think that's kind of a change, right?
What do you think? Do you think his like the two finalists? What do you think they represent?
Mm, capitalism and communism.
No, you're
Okay.
crazy.
What do you think they represent? I'm
I'm not sure. I just, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of missing that extra layer of things. But okay, now we can talk about the old man. So honestly, from the beginning, I felt like something was off about him, and I even thought to myself, I wonder if this is like the. I actually thought that he might be behind it all.
oh from like episode one.
No, not episode one. I think from early on. I think when he mentioned. I think he mentioned that the tug of rope that he used to do it all the time. He kept talking about how he knew everything. So I'm like,
Uh huh.
I was like, I feel like this guy is giving me weird vibes.
Hmm.
And did you ever watch Saw?
No.
You never watched Saw?
Nope.
Oh, well,
Unfortunately.
so Saw, the first movie is actually pretty good. The rest kind of suck, but the first movie, can I spoil the movie for you?
Sure. I don't think I'll ever
Okay,
watch it.
so in Saw, it's kind of similar to this movie in that it talks about like people losing the joy lives. Essentially, in Saw, this is one dude, right? He he was like a dying, I think, cancer patient or something like that. He had terminal illness. So what he started doing around was he would get people that he knew were living a bad life, and he would put them in life or death situations to hopefully make them either die or overcome and like change their lives, you know.
Yeah.
And in this one, in the first movie, he kidnaps a. Is he a doctor? I think he's a doctor. I think who's cheating on his wife, and he ties him in like up in his bathroom with this junkie. I think he's a junkie or like he's a photographer. I think. And uh, anyways, at the end of there's a third body in the room in this room that they're tied in, and this third body is facing down, in a puddle of blood. So you assume he's dead. And at the end, they're able to one of them is able to escape the room, before the time's up, and then you see the body get up, and the person in the room that was pretending to be dead the whole time was actually the one behind all the game, the whole like kidnapping. Um, so I've seen this plot device before where they're like something, they say like criminals like to visit the scene of the crime, or like to be really close to like their crime.
Okay.
So I kind of had a feeling that he would be involved in some way. I didn't expect to be like he was like the head honcho behind it all, but I, yeah, I don't know. I kind of had a feeling. Um, when
It's
when did you
pretty,
start having like fishy feeling about him?
Mm, well, I knew he was someone important since from what I said last time, right?
We started like talking in the bunk beds.
The bunk beds and how he ended the night and he made everybody turn on the lights. But I mean, and then the next game after that was before the was that before or after the candy cutting game? It
That
was
was I think beef. I don't remember. I think it was.
after, right? They had to play a game first, or was it? Yeah, they played a game first and was after was the I don't know. Either
I don't
way,
remember. Yeah.
um, yeah, I didn't think he would be the top guy either until like the very end actually. But I knew he was a really popular guy. I mean, it all makes sense after you watched all 6 episodes
Hmm.
and why he did it. Well, I guess it's shown in the movie he did it because he wanted some thrill before he gets
Hmm.
taken away by the tumor in his brain.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah.
wanted some thrill.
Okay. Before we talk
Yeah,
about the end, before we talk about the ending, let's talk about the detective. What do you think of the detective?
I think that was one of the reasons why I really liked the series. There was like two sides of the
Hmm.
story.
Yeah.
So that's the actual game part. But I really like the undercover detective spot. I was like, what can he find? Will he find his brother? Who's in charge of this like shit show? So I think I like that part more. I enjoyed it, the detective side more than the actual games.
So the detective, yeah, I like that part a lot. I like how he got involved and he was looking for his brother. And for me, it kind of put an you know how there was the guy with the black mask? The
Mm-hmm.
I guess the second in command, and we thought he was the main guy. For me, the fact that when they revealed that was his brother, I was like, oh, that's weird. If you're like this really rich dude, why are you living in such a crappy apartment? Because we saw his apartment early on, remember?
Yeah.
When the detective went to the apartment to try to visit him, he couldn't even pay his rent. And I was like, why are you running this with so much money, but you can't even pay your rent? So I was like, something's off about this. Um, but yeah, I like the detective part of it. He's pretty smooth, pretty cool. It definitely helped us explore a bit more. It gave us a lot of clues actually. We saw that the games go back by like 20 years or 30 years, I forgot. And you know, he was kind of like a spectator, right?
No, he won. He won one of the
No,
games.
no, 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 no. I'm talking about the detective, not the brother.
Oh, what I mean
Also,
spectator.
like I guess he was in a way like an audience member, right? He was in part of the games or the killing. He was kind of just like answering questions for the audience.
Oh, I mean, yes, yeah, put it that way.
What do you think of the? Because I at the first I was like, oh, maybe the black market organ selling is like the main reason they're doing this, but it seemed like that was an underground thing going on, right?
Yeah, of the people who of the mass people wanted to make extra money, so they was selling organs. So it was not a part of the official game kind of thing. Yeah,
So what do you think of the ending? The ending actually, I feel like I need to go rewatch it because I feel like there was just so much that last episode.
I feel like a lot of people want there to be season two, but I don't know. I think it could just end there. What
I
else
I,
could be in the second season? You know?
I kind of wish he just went to America, dude. Like, cause for me, well, okay, so at the end, right? Okay, so the big what do you call it? Like surprise is that they show that the old man's behind it all, right? He visits them at his house,
Yeah,
and the old man explains that he's doing this because he got bored, right?
yeah.
And that I mean that's commentary on the wealth gap, and the extravagant lifestyle that these people can go to, that they have so much
Okay.
money that they can do
Yeah.
this, right? And that's crazy. Um, and he just, I guess he also didn't have faith in people. And he thought the worst in people, where the main character believed the best in people.
Hmm.
Is that correct? Do you think I'm getting the interpretation right so far?
I guess I don't know if the
Yeah.
main protagonist was thinking that, but the the old guy definitely did not trust people and kindness.
And then so and then after that, he somehow, because he won, right? So he made billions of money, and then he ends up like not using it for a full year. And then he gets a card. He goes to like the old dude's apartment, who turns out was behind it all this whole time. He wasn't lying about his name or the tumor in his head. He wanted to like live it again. And then so he decides to start using his money. Right? He dyes his hair red. What do you think that was?
What? Trying? He's trying to get a new identity,
You
right?
think so? So
I think so. What else would it be?
something that I found really interesting. I don't know if you think this is interesting. So I heard, I'm pretty sure I might be wrong. And I hope I feel like I wish I knew this for a fact. But you know how in America the stock, like making money is green and losing money is red, right? In the stock market.
Okay.
I think I'm pretty sure that in Asia, losing money is green and making money is red.
Okay.
And I think that maybe that could show some symbolism, because I don't remember, but like the contestants were all wearing green, like tracksuits, whereas the oppressive force was wearing like the red tracksuits, right, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dyes his hair red, and then he sees the guy that recruited him, right? So the games are still going on a year later,
Yeah.
even though the old man died.
Well,
And then he and then
still a market for it. So.
he starts walking into the airplane, but then he decides to come back to stop the games. Like I don't remember this guy being like some sort of badass that can like take down this whole organization, right?
Well, he thought it would end over after the top guy died, but it didn't end.
What do you think he
Still
plans on
going.
doing? Like I kind of wish it ended there. Like he just goes away, like kind of like a very like sad ending. It's over, but instead he's coming back. Like he's not rich enough to compete with those people, and he doesn't have like a special set of skills like a la Taken style, to like stop them.
You know what I think is gonna happen?
But
He's gonna get super smart in stocks and then get use his money and invest to get rich enough to be one of those people who view the show and then take it down from the inside.
inside,
You know those rich
people.
people? Yeah, he's gonna be one of those people. It could happen. It's a possibility.
So I don't know if you caught this, but there was one scene where they mentioned how Korea's games are always like really fun to watch.
Uh huh.
I think that implies that this happens all over the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Those people who are from America. There's people who there's a person from China too. So it's
I wonder if they would.
international.
I wonder if they would ever just, instead of showing a season two, if they just show like Squid Games, but like in like Mexico or like the U.S.
It's possible, yeah. And he can go into. I think the people who showed with the golden mask are like the VIPs. So there's a lot of other people who are watching it, but the VIPs are the ones who have like the most money or who are the
Hmm.
most invested in the game. So that's why they're
Yeah.
able to be called VIPs and they go there in person. But there's like a whole like audience of rich people probably
Hmm.
that are watching. So it could be international, you're right? I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. That would be interesting. People are speculating that the detective didn't die. What do you think of that?
I think so. I don't think. Did we see him get shot? Like it was in the
Yeah,
chest, right?
in the chest, and his shoulder, and then
Yeah.
he falls into the ocean, but you don't see a body.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it could be his gun. The brother's gun could be also be fake. It could be like
No,
it
there was
was.
blood.
It could be like a blood pack gun. I don't know. Like
I
a
don't think that's a
ketchup.
thing, David.
Like you shoot it and it squirts out ketchup. I don't think the brother had the heart to kill his brother. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, if they did want his body to be confirmed dead, then they would have said it in the news or something, probably, or like the people in the games would find the body, and then like the brother would have to like incinerate the body itself or something. But that never happened. So they might be able to team together, the detective and the main character, for the next season, if there is a next season.
Interesting. So out of 10, what do you give this show?
No, maybe like a 8, 7,
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it like a
seven
seven
point
or eight.
five.
I think it was good, but I don't think I think it's good, entertaining. I don't think it did anything too new, but I did like the commentary on the crushing force that capitalism is.
Because okay. Like true. It's got pretty deep. Okay, so here's some questions though that were
Okay.
explained in the movie. Who do you think those masked people are? Like, how were they recruited? How they
No,
get into
I
this
was
game?
yeah. The next part I wanted to talk to you about was like, what questions do you have left now that you finish the show? And one of them for me is, who the fuck are those people? How do they recruit them? It seems like they're all on the younger side.
Hmm.
Like, how do they get involved? Right? That's
So
like,
there's a theory. Okay, some YouTube
okay,
comment I watched. You know the guy who's recruiting people at the beginning, the really smug, handsome dude. What's his name?
the guy from Train to Busan, right?
Yes, Gong
Yeah.
Yo is the actor name. Yes,
Hmm.
with the suitcase. So
Yeah.
they say if apparently if you depending on what color you choose, you were either recruited as a player or as a staff member. So if you chose blue, you were a staff member. If you chose the red paper thing, you were a candidate for the player.
What do you think that is?
So I don't know why else would they be doing it, right? So they those young guys are probably in debt too, and they're probably not hired to have as much money because they're doing black market stuff like selling organs,
Hmm.
but it's enough to like cancel the debt maybe because
Hmm.
they're not like the lives aren't in the line kind of thing, but it's still kind of
Hmm.
sketchy stuff. That's what I think.
That's a good theory. I like that theory because nothing else makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and they're all Korean too, right? Well, I guess the staff members that were revealed were Korean, so they should have been. I think they were recruited at the same time as the players in Korea too, kind of thing. So I thought it was pretty cool. I like what do you think? You have any theories?
No, no, that makes a lot of sense. I can't think of another theory that's better than that because they're Korean. They don't go into who they are. You know, they just show their faces. They're Korean, and they seem like they're in it for the money. They don't know much, and they probably. I like that theory. They choose the other one, you end up being the other side.
Another question is how are the truck driver, the van drivers, right? How they like feel safe doing this, especially the second round when you know the game is deadly. Like you would pick up like players even though you know that they could kill you or something because you're like unarmed and stuff. Well, I guess they had a gun, but I don't know. I think it's kind of scary still.
Yeah.
To think about it.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I mean, I would have been more satisfied if they had like two people per van, right? Then you don't you it makes more sense that they feel safe.
Yeah, that's how the detective snuck in. So it's more security.
Hmm.
Oh, what else is there?
Another question.
Um, do you have any? I
Oh, I
can
have a
go.
fun
I have a
fact.
question. Oh, fun fact. Okay.
The walls in the room they were all living in actually had like the paintings of the games they were all gonna play. They had like
Yeah,
paintings.
yeah. Hmm.
That was pretty interesting.
Pretty crazy. When they took all the beds out, I was like, wait, that was there the whole time? No
Hmm.
way. So that was pretty cool.
It was clues.
They did give us clues. So,
So,
what else is there?
do you think you would?
Hmm?
Well, how far do you think you would have gone in? Do you think? So you say you don't make it past game one?
Yeah. There's no way that I would get past game one. I don't think I would get even if I passed the game one. I would not have gone past through the fight at night. I'll probably be in a corner, try to make sure no one kills me. You know.
How much money? Oh, I thought it was a fun fact. Actually, Google there. Um. So. So the 45.6 billion won,
Yes.
like the would be 38.5 million
Yeah.
American
Would be.
dollars. Would you go through that for 38.5 million American
I mean, you're
dollars?
pretty much set if you have a few $1 million like that. Would I go through it? No. I don't think life has a price on it, but I mean they're in debt and stuff, so it's if and they were given a choice to play again or not. So
I don't know. It's kind of crazy that there's like so much people in debt, but I think even in America, most people are in debt, right?
The average
You
debt
spend your
is
whole life
yeah,
in
the
debt
average debt
almost.
is like 50K or something per person.
Jesus
Something like
Christ.
that. Yeah. It's credit cards. Credit cards are scary things if you don't know how to handle them.
The mom being diabetic at the beginning of the show made me pretty sad. And then when they're like, "Oh, we might have to cut your legs off because she needs to work to help her son be alive."
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then when the main character wins and comes back and his mom's dead, it made me really sad because sometimes I'm pretty far from home, as you know, and sometimes it makes me sad because I'm far from home because I'm out here trying to live this capitalistic life so I can make money to help my parents, and it makes me sad to think that, like, you know every day I go home, my parents are older, and one day I won't be able to see them, and I'm like, fuck, am I just getting caught in the race of life? Should I just go home right now? Should I just move to Mexico, dude?
It's up to you. Whatever you think is worth it.
I heard that this show is gonna be. It's like Netflix's most successful show ever.
No
Isn't that
way.
crazy? That's what the article said earlier that I read.
Oh, is it?
I,
What do you mean?
I
It's
don't
like
have I don't have any sources
they
right
have that
now.
many views in a certain amount of days or something?
I don't know. Netflix is notorious for not releasing their numbers.
It's
So
true. Well, I mean, it's pretty change and paced. I like it. I mean, I like a lot of people would
in
watch these kind of shows too.
okay, my last comment that I have is in retrospective. It's kind of beautiful how when they were doing the vote to end the games at the beginning of the show, and it all came down to the old man, who's like the guy behind it all. He voted
Yeah.
no, right? I thought that was kind of beautiful. Like, pretty much, I mean, he's a piece of shit, right, for doing this. But in a way, he kind of it did show that he's like, oh, well, if you guys don't want to be here, I'm giving you guys a chance. But maybe with all the money he can invest it into, like,
Yeah. But
I'm getting. Sorry, go
he
ahead.
he made it so that it was fair. It's like you guys, so he wouldn't find it guilty for killing people. I think
Yeah.
it was
But
to benefit
still,
himself in the end anyway.
I mean, it's a show, so I can appreciate it as fiction. But it's happening in real life, and you have that much money, just fucking invest it into society. Have social programs and ways for people to, like, improve themselves and debt relief programs.
Bro,
But
when you're rich, you won't think of that kind of thing, okay? You think about other stuff, like how to
I know.
evade
I think I'll think.
taxes.
No. I'm sure. I like to believe that I will have the same mindset.
Okay, money can change a person. Just letting you know.
Oh, I know, but hopefully it doesn't. But
I'm gonna wrap this podcast by saying, what shape would you be? A circle, triangle, or a square? Leave it in the comments below. Anyways, that's not one of the shapes. I'm talking about the mask people. The circle, square, triangle. Oh, circle, yeah, square, triangle. The Squid Game. It actually does look like a squid. Actually, if you put this shapes together. Anyways, can you give me a circle, bro? Ready? Give me a circle. We're a squid. Peace.